Hi, I'm Dr. Suvarchalaa, Scientific Director with ZIVA Fertility Centers. A lot of patients come to us asking how to plan pregnancy, which is the right time to have intercourse so that their chance of pregnancy is at the maximum. Also, newlywed, especially if they're trying to have a child, they don't know when to have intercourse when the egg is ovulating. So I'm going to try to explain in brief how the egg ovulates, how you should plan pregnancy, and what is it that is happening inside your reproductive system. So we'll look at the female anatomy today. This is the uterus. There are two tubes on two sides of the uterus, and there are two ovaries as well. Inside the ovaries are a number of eggs. You're born with millions of eggs. Each month, one or two release, and quite a few degenerate. So this goes on every month till you either get pregnant or have menopause later. Sometimes in premature ovarian failure, this happens very rapidly and you're left with very few eggs. So we're not going to talk about that. We are going to talk about what's happening naturally in your body. So under the influence of some hormones which are released by the brain, some hormones that are released by the ovaries, an egg starts to grow. Now this egg will ovulate 15 days before your period. Now, is this standardized? Yes, it's standardized. If your period is about 28 days cycle, if you have a 32-day cycle, no matter what the duration is, your egg ovulates 15 days before your period. So remember that. If you are able to track your period, if you know that your periods are regular, then it becomes very easy for you to track this and have intercourse around that time. So what's happening actually? So you can see here inside your ovaries, there are a number of small eggs, but one is larger than the others. It's called a dominant egg, dominant follicle, inside of which there is an egg which is mature. So 15 days before your period, under the influence of many hormones such as follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, especially estrogen, progesterone, all these hormones have an effect on this growing egg, and it is released from the ovaries. It is released and it's picked up by this end of the tube. This end is more like fingers. It's called the fimbrial end, and because it is open, the egg is picked up from this end and it gets into the tube. If there are sperms present, now what is happening on the other side? Let's look at this. This is the uterus, like I said. If intercourse happens around this time, all the semen is collected outside the cervix, as in this is the entrance to the uterus. So the semen is left here. You can observe that all the semen is left here and the sperms are swimming up. So sperms swim up, semen is left behind. A lot of patients ask us that we are very sure that the semen is left behind, which is why we're not getting pregnant. That's not correct. That's how nature intended it to be. All the semen is left behind and the sperms swim up. So what does it mean? You can go about your work, you can get up, you can walk around, everything is not, because sperms go anti-gravitational. However, we advise patients not to use water, soap. All these are spermicidal, as in they kill the sperm. So it's not good to wash yourself immediately after intercourse, especially if you are trying for pregnancy. So the sperms are released, as you can see, and when the egg is waiting here, the sperm reaches the egg. Now the day the egg and the sperm meet, as in when the sperm enters an egg, as you're aware, only one sperm enters the egg. That day is called as day 0. It's because the egg is an individual and the sperm is an individual. The next day is called as day 1. It's a very unique day where the pronuclei of the female and the pronuclei of the male come together and the DNA is being exchanged. You can see here that as the progress is happening, the egg also is moving forward. Now at this stage, it's no longer called an egg. From the very next day when the sperm has entered the egg, it's called an embryo. The day 1 embryo is called a fertilized egg, after which it is called as the day 2 embryo. Also at this stage, it has to be around 4 cells to 6 cells. You can see here that it is moving slowly. How is it moving? There are finger-like extensions inside the tube as well. This environment is very closely guarded, very important for the embryo to grow and develop, also move along. These finger-like structures are helping they're called cilia. These are helping the embryo also move along in the tube. So you can see here that on day 2, it has moved here, day 3, it's moved here, day 4, and as the days are progressing, it has moved into the uterus. On day 5, it moves into the uterus. It is called as a blastocyst at this stage. On day 6 or day 8, so around that time, from day 6 to day 8, it invaginates, it implants itself on the uterus. So to say, it docks itself. It is now, cells are going to multiply and divide, differentiate into different organs and form a fetus or a baby. So this is what is happening naturally. If you are aware of your ovulation time, if you know when the egg is ovulating, if you look at your body symptoms, every month what's happening, it's very easy for you to track. But if you also understand this period where the egg is ovulated and you've had intercourse, the very next week, which is about the day you ovulated, from there if you look at 1 week, is very critical. So it's advised that you eat proper food, maintain a good healthy lifestyle, which will then be very helpful for you to get pregnant. If you want to understand more about this, you're planning pregnancy, you want more information, please feel free to contact us. Thank you. A lot of effort has gone into making this video. Please like and subscribe us. Thank you.